Good morning guys, how are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we will go straight over to those charts. So yeah, Bitcoin on the daily. So as you can see, yesterday's candle was not a great candle, obviously due to the Bitmex FUD, and this morning we're actually getting continuation to the downside, but I would actually suggest this is due to the double whammy of bad news with obviously Trump and his missus contracting that you guys know what. I have literally 100% certainty the guy is going to be okay, because obviously the rich and powerful, there are treatments that are available to them that aren't available to the masses, just due to scaling issues, such as plasma transfusions from people that have basically survived, already recovered from it, already had it and recovered. So obviously they just get all their antibodies, and that basically just cures them. I mean, it's 100% guaranteed cure. So nothing to worry about on that front. Of him basically no longer being with us, but obviously markets are reacting to that. So yeah, so we've had a double whammy really. We've had crypto specific hit, and now we've got a Trump hit. So yeah, I mean, not that we should be putting silver linings on things like this, but maybe it's gonna speed up Congress to come to a deal. Maybe it's gonna make the Republicans maybe a bit more flexible, just because they know things are potentially not looking so great, as you can see here on the daily on the stock market. I mean, if we stay where we are, trade lower, this starts to look like basically just an anemic bounce after this initial pullback. And yeah, you Elliotians, an ABC correction. So with A, B, and then obviously the C will take us probably well, anywhere around to the down here, which would obviously affect the rich people's wealth, and obviously rich people's wealth matters, nothing else matters. So yeah, maybe we are gonna get some more impetus. Obviously Steve Mnuchin is now taking it seriously, on the basis that stock markets aren't looking so great. Was not taking it seriously after the point they took it seriously initially to recover the markets, and then obviously they weren't bothered about taking it seriously until this point now. Surprise, surprise. And I'll keep reiterating that fact. These guys do not care about you guys. They care about the stock market, and they care about the stock market because the stock market basically is directly linked to their wealth. So yeah. Yeah, and obviously, yeah, so basically what I'm saying is this is not looking too good. Just check, just chart analysis wise, as long as we stay in this range here, this little zone, we can consolidate here and push on upwards. But yeah, realistically, to go bullish, we need to get back above this 3,400 level, and then yeah, if we lose the 3,300 level, and yeah, come down and test this around 3,200, low 3,200s, then I think it will be well, our next stop will be probably sub 3,000, I would say. So yeah, that is not good. That is not looking good for the markets. So let's have a look at that dollar index. Is the dollar index strengthening up this morning? No, it is not. If we have a look at this on the 4-hour, it looks like we got a bit of an initial reaction to the upside, but yeah, we are still looking to make lower lows. I mean, we seem to be back in the dynamic for the dollar anyway. That bad news is bad news is good news. So good news as in it's bearish for the dollar, because obviously the dollar going down generally signifies goodness around the world, because it's a risk on assets. You buy it, sorry, it's a risk off assets. So you buy it when it's risk off. So if it's going down, it's risk on. So bearish is generally good. So if we're having bad news and it goes bearish, that's obviously because of they're basically going to do more Just more stimulus, more printing, more help coming, basically. More Fed reinforcements on the way. So yeah, that's a dollar. Over to gold. Gold looking good to try and take out this level. It has reached its 4-hour 9. I believe it was silver that was getting its 4-hour 9 last night. But yeah, gold 4-hour 9 at resistance. So well, we could obviously bust through, but I would be expecting somewhat of a pullback. Obviously 12-hour daily are nowhere. Just let me straighten this up a little bit. 12-hour daily, I was about to say nowhere near the 9s, but obviously the 12-hour is, and the daily won't be. The 12-hour is, so we've got 12-hour and 4-hour 9 incoming, so we will potentially trade sideways to down at this point, at resistance, sideways to down, 4-hour and 12-hour 9. I don't imagine we'll blast through. We can get acceleration onto this, on this 12-hour 9 candle, but obviously we don't have to. But my point is, yeah, we'll be looking for not a continuation of this trend straight away at least. Yeah, obviously you can see silver's a bit weaker, so that obviously broke its 12-hour count, which is why we're not on a 12-hour 9. We were saying that gold was looking good with that move up, obviously getting closer to its levels. And on the 4-hour silver, as you can see on the 4-hour, also it did reach its 4-hour 9, which we did speak about the other day first. And yeah, look at the nice reaction of the 4-hour 9. There you have it. That is how it plays out. So 4-hour 9 held up price, 4-hour 9 at the low, 4-hour 9 there. And yeah, just wait for the next 4-hour 9, and then that's how you trade, guys. Ethereum on the USD pairing, as you can see, rejected by this trend line. So now we are we coming in for this potential descending triangle sort of formation? Are we not? But yeah, obviously just perfectly rejected from the trend line that we drew there. So yeah, we need to hold this level and try and break through if we're going to go bullish. But if we lose this level, clearly we go bearish. The Satoshi parent, yeah, it did poke its way up as we were looking at. But has subsequently been rejected now. So becoming very mature in this formation, and this looks, we have been talking about the Ethereum Satoshi pairing looking more bearish, and this is definitely looking pretty bearish here. So yeah, if markets don't turn around, then we are going to be in trouble. But like I said, we have got a stimulus to come out of left field at us, and then obviously potential more dollar weakness to come out of well, that's not going to come out of left field. But yeah, so yeah, that is what we are looking at there. So yeah, let's have a look at the 4-hour Bitcoin. I mean, clearly, the most important thing that we need to realize is that we have lost this 10,600 level. We did test down to our next level, which was around the 10,400. Had a bounce off there initially, but still looking pretty weak here. But I mean, we've got the low. If we can put in a low, if we can hold this 10,400 level and get back above 10,600, it obviously would be good. Obviously, that we'd like to see that. Then we've got a chance of breaking back through to the upside. But we've clearly got obviously a high and a lower high here also. So we obviously got to bear that in mind, but we have obviously got the high. At the moment, we've got the low, the high, low, and high, low at the moment. But like I said, we are at the low end of this range. So this is obviously has got the ability more so to break down than it has to obviously break up, because we are simply closer to the breakdown levels. But yeah, I don't know if I want to further complicate my chart, but obviously we have been overcomplicating charts recently. So if I want to draw this on here, which obviously I will do, I will draw it here. It looks pretty. It looks pretty like it's held the price at the moment. Obviously, I would lean more to the side how horizontal we already had drawn in held price. But yeah, if we can hold here, and bounce up from here, yeah, maybe things will look good. Maybe they're going to rush through some sort of stimulus, because they don't want stock markets to get whacked, because of the virus FUD. We've got Bitmex FUD, crypto specific. We've got virus FUD for overall markets. So They probably might as well do what they are needing to do sooner rather than later. So yeah, here we are with the rest of Wall Street, waiting for cowbell, waiting for us to be saved by stimulus. Hey, that is it. That is what we've all been reduced to. I mean, clearly, if we didn't have that, markets would basically be a lot lower. So it's just a game we're playing at the moment, guys. It is a game of chicken. Is markets go down, look bad, and then we get some pumps, and then markets look good. They don't do anything. Markets go down, look bad again, and then we get some aid. And that just appears to be the name of the game in today's Politburo manipulated market. So hey, I mean, these are the markets we're trading, so we have not got a lot of choice other than to play the only game in town. So yeah, I mean, that is it really. Oil is taking a beating, which is it is concerning, because that, whilst there are obviously things whilst there are obviously other things that can drive oil down, obviously a deflationary environment is one of them, and if we are entering a deflationary environment, then we are in trouble, and that will be the dollar up, stocks down. That will be in a mess. Copper got whacked here as well. We haven't looked at copper for a while, but we've had these levels drawn in for a while. You can notice here on the 4-hour, a few nice nines. 9 held up price there, 9 sold off from the 9 there, held up price there, sold off from the 9 there. Well, held up price there, and bounce price there, sold off a little bit there. But yeah, 4-hour 9 is my favorite, especially on copper. But yeah, you can see copper is looking particularly bearish. Again, I say it's not looking particularly bearish. It's looking like it's taken a whack, basically. It's looking like it could go potentially bearish. At the moment, well, obviously we've got a higher low, but I mean, we are in the process of this move. But copper, again, another asset that that would signify deflationary environment if this starts to come down, and that basically is the enemy of all non-free markets. Deflation is the enemy of non-free markets. Deflation is actually great for actual people normally, if they're not reliant on manipulated markets, which most people are now anyway. So again, that sort of flips that on its head. But in a perfect utopian ran economic society, deflation would actually be what we'd want. And yeah, if you look at Bitcoin itself, if you think Bitcoin is a great form of money and a great form of the economic system, that is inherently deflationary, so it is there as well. Yeah, you can see wheat futures. They're trying to take out this high. Not looking too bad. As you can see, nice 4-hour 9 near the high there, signaled the sell-off. 4-hour 9s, there you go. That one obviously only held up price there. But yeah, 4-hour 9s, you see them pop up. Acceleration on that 4-hour 9 to the downside. But yeah, wheat futures, this is not looking so bad. But I mean, I kind of get the impression that in a global deflationary environment, that it may be the actual the non-soft commodities. I don't actually know what they're non. Are they called hard commodities? I don't know. But the soft commodities, which is basically foodstuffs, would probably not do so bad, because we're just the environment, in just the weather, the crazy weather we've got going on in the world. So yeah, let's have a look at Tesla. How is Tesla doing? Yeah, Tesla holding the line at the moment. It is on a 4-hour 9 though. 4-hour 9, you can see what happened with the last 4-hour 9s. 4-hour 9 sell, 4-hour 9 buy, 4-hour 9 sell, 4-hour 9. Is it going to be a sell? I mean, if this is a sell and we lose this trend line, it is curtains for Tesla. It is curtains for Tesla. I mean, realistically, it's got a horizontal here we'll draw in. Yeah, that'll do. We've got horizontal, so yeah, that could quite easily that could support Tesla at that point. So if we do lose this level, we're looking for down here, and we could bounce off this, and we could just play out sideways and play up. Remember, I do think overall stocks are going to go up. So I don't necessarily expect this just to turn around and go down. Here is that good old Neo. Clearly above 20 now, as I didn't have a bet. I haven't even bothered to message the dude. But yeah, Nicola, he was basically after this point here was like saying, oh, I feel sorry for anybody buying Tesla over 12 now, because it's clearly going down after he'd basically bought and made some money, got out, and then wanted it to go down. And I was just looking at the chart and thought, well, it's probably going up, it's probably going back over 20 quite easily. And yeah, it got just over there. I didn't bother to mention him. And then yeah, a nice pennant here, and we broke out to the top of the pennant. Who would have thunk it? Those patterns were. There is your 4hour 9, and we're now on a 4hour 9, and here is your we've been talking about recently. I just call it a swing failure pattern, but you can call it what was it? Why have I forgotten again? A slingshot reversal. So here we go, fake out to the downside, come back in, and then bow up to the upside, slingshot to the upside. So slingshot reversal in Neo. So there you go. But obviously we are ran into this 4hour 9, but obviously high time frames are going to have no problem moving higher. We're probably just going to get some short-term sideways, short-term sideways to down here. So yeah, back to Bitcoin. We'll have a look at those Stokes, as much as I don't want to, because not really, I don't not want to, but they're not looking the greatest. 4 hour coming pretty deep here, so that has got the potential to give us a little bit of respite. 10 hour moving back down again. 12 hour, it is doing its thing. Guys. We were talking about it not coming out of this higher zone, but yeah, it basically turned down on the 1st of October, which was yesterday, which was basically this candle here. And look what happened. Bitcoin's cheat codes. Daily turning back down, but just tightening up in the middle of the formation. So I wouldn't read too much into the daily until we take out this low here on the stochastics. 2-day looking like it's going to come down. 3-day looking like it's turning back down. 5-day down. Weekly down. Bi-weekly turning down. Monthly looking okay. So yeah, we are starting to get quite a bit of confluence in these Stokes. So yeah, Bitcoin's got to pull something out of the hat. The tether fairies have got to come out and sprinkle some of their gold dust on us. Or it's curtains, guys. This is it. We can't flirt around with this 10,600 level anymore much longer, I don't feel. Not in this tightening formation, and then get a break below and not get continuation. That continuation will most certainly wipe out 10k. And yeah, and then we're looking, well, just pick a level, whatever level you want, really. I don't know. We'll just have to, I can't say it in advance. We'll have to watch it in real time, where we try and put in some bottoms. But yeah, 9,000 or 8,000 look like okay. 9,000, 8,000, maybe even this 8,500. So yeah, that's what we'll have to watch out for. But yeah, it comes down to stock markets, which are obviously under pressure this morning. If they turn around and go back up, though, could help drag Bitcoin up. If people start to digest this Bitmex news in a more positive light, such as a clearing out of scammy exchanges, and Bitmex, whilst it is I think it is still the biggest, most widely used Bitcoin trading derivative platform, they are still scammy AF. They're playing games, trying to liquidate people to get their fees, try and make their money. They are not legitimate. They are not legitimate players. And yeah, if Arthur ends up in jail, I'm pretty sure most of the crypto community, providing Bitcoin survives it, will probably just have a laugh at him. And just be like, well, you got too greedy, didn't you? You got too greedy. So anyway, there we go. So remember, this is not financial advice. It is not legal advice. If you're listening after Hayes, clearly you're not. You're on the run. Yeah, you should always do your own research. And I should speak to you guys later on today.